21 lives lost, 19 children, 2 adults, catastrophic loss, terror, tears. And your 10-year-old starts asking questions. Mom, could this happen at my school? Dad, I don't want to go in. You're the grown-up. What do you say? You're listening, you're empathizing, you're letting them talk. Now what? Your leadership through this raw, formative moment will define how your child handles crisis. No pressure, right? We would like to welcome this afternoon to Delmarva Life the CEO of For All Seasons. This is Beth Anne Langrell. Beth Anne, thank you so much for talking to us today about this.
You're more than welcome, Jim. I'm glad to be with you.
It's a terrible topic to have to bring up, but it's something that we really need to discuss because it's scary not just for the kids, but for the parents too, I guess.
100%. And I think that is, before we even get started, I think it's important for me to just say that it's okay for us as parents not to be okay. There's a lot for us to absorb, and imagine the little brains of our little ones, and even our middle schoolers and our high schoolers who are trying to understand the why behind this, and just simply giving a space for parents to know it's okay if you're not doing okay in the midst of trying to figure out how to have a conversation.
Gosh, this is something that it can easily stump a lot of us. What if we just avoid the conversation? Good mood, bad move?
I think avoiding it does nothing other than let somebody else write that narrative for our children. And so we have a responsibility as parents. Social media is out there, kids are talking at school, other families might be talking. And so this is really an opportunity for us as caregivers and as parents to lead a conversation so that our children are hearing what we want them to take away from conversations. And if we don't talk about it, then it sends a message to our kids that it's not okay to talk about it. And by us not addressing it, it means that our children might not be as apt to come when they have a concern.
Okay, so, gosh, I've got so many questions here. You are the professional. We are the parent. Are there any red flags? Are there any signs that you, the professional, can give us, the parent, to watch out for that maybe we need to come to you, the professional?
Sure. Well, and I think, for me, I'm a parent and I'm a professional. And one of the things I will say from both lenses is that we know our children best. We are our child's expert as a parent, and remember to lean into that during this time. Check in with your child and use open-ended conversation openers like, help me understand what you talked about at school today, or how are you feeling about what you're hearing? And if they say, I'm fine, we have to dig a little bit deeper, because more times than not, our kids are just going to give those one-word answers. And when it comes to a point where a child might be showing more anxiety, might be showing more stress, it's okay to reach out to a mental health professional to be able to say, how do I have this conversation? Or I'm trying to have the conversation and it's clear that my child needs something more.
Okay, so you mentioned that it's okay for us as parents, it's okay to be not okay about what happened. How much of this do we let them see?
We want to make sure that when we're having conversations with our children, they're not hearing the adult conversations. Right. And so have the conversation with your partner, your spouse, other moms, other friends, where you can work out what's happening. But I don't think that we need to shield ourselves completely. If we continue to present ourselves as these stoic robots, they're not going to have the understanding that it is okay to be impacted. And in that time frame, if your child says something or asks you a question that you don't quite have an answer to, it's okay to say, buddy, I'm not sure, but let me think on that and let's circle back.
Beth Anne, do you think this might be an opportunity to help your child grow?
The child's ability to feel differently, to be able to talk about what's happened. For some of our kids, I know I was having a conversation at my child's school yesterday, and some of the kids said, well, that happened way far away. It might not ever happen here. And one of the other kids in the class said, well, it could happen here. And so part of what we want to do is look at how we can help them grow in conversation. And it was really important to the one student who said, but it could, that the rest of the class validated that they were nervous about it. Yeah. And so it helps our students tap into their empathy. We need to be able to have those comfortable conversation spaces for them. And so being able to say, it's okay if you're scared. One of the things that we also know when things like shootings in school happen is that even sometimes when the students are practicing the drills to get ready for an active shooter, that kind of a drill can even be something that really impacts our students. It might trigger something in them just going through the drill. So really being able to talk about from A to Z what this means to a student helps them gain some more skills and tools, and again, feel that comfort level of being able to talk to someone.
CEO of For All Seasons, Beth Anne Langrell, thank you so much for sharing your knowledge and wisdom with us this afternoon.
Thank you.